Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and we have some brand new images that look like they were from brand new episodes, 3 episodes to be exact, I think, released by TFU this morning. If you don't know TF1, TFU is like the children's programming. They don't air anything new for Miraculous during the summer holidays, the summer break. However, children are back at school in France now, so they've posted some new things. So as always, I'm going to link the promo down below for you to go and watch, so I'm going to spoil it all for you now. Honestly, the first half of the promo is pretty heavy on the illustrator, so of course, like usual, I'm not going to be talking about the images we've already seen. We already know just about the ones that we have never seen before. And usually I go by it scene by scene as it's shown, but actually I'm not going to in this one because to me, I feel like there are 3 clear episodes in my opinion. So we're going to start with the scenes that are definitely from Mr. Agreste. So the first one we have is of Adrian in his room, and you can see the statue daddy, towering over the houses opposite his bedroom window. And also Adrian, he has like a full-on like stage set up in his room. What is going on? So you've seen these images before, but like a low quality version from Comic-Con, where Adrian is looking shocked, as you would be seeing your dead dad wandering around made out of cement. And then as part of the fight, Statue Daddy has, from somewhere, honestly, I'm assuming he's taken it from his own body. It looks like he has got like some sort of rock projectile, but it looks to be of the same material and colour that he's made out of. So I am assuming it's from him, but he definitely could have just grabbed something from a house, I guess. Then the final images I think we've got from Mr. Agreste are these 2 of Ladybug with her yo-yo. So the reasons why I think these are from Mr. Agreste is because in one of the other episodes they've shown images for, everything's quite dark and misty, and as you can see here, it's not. And the other one has like half of the streets covered in really high water, like in Siren. This one doesn't, again, so I think this one is from some point during the fight in Mr. Agreste. Now, as for the other 2, let's do one we've already seen a bit of before, and try and work out what episode it could be from. So we've seen this one where Ladybug and Cat Noir, they're by the Louvre, as you can see, the top of it is missing. It's been partially destroyed, and they are stood between the legs of this huge Akuma person, Akuma villain, Akuma victim, who basically rises up and stands. And we can see Ladybug basically climbing up them, and they do largely look like a building. If you look closely, it looks like they have windows, these things sticking out, chimney stacks, although I do feel a bit weird about calling them chimney stacks, because if you look at the villain, the chimney stacks seem to be on both sides, and you know, with the way houses are, because you know, they're in the ground, they're on the ground, chimneys can't go downwards. So I do think they're buildings, but I'm a bit like, is it buildings fused together? I don't know. So as to which episode this could be from, I'm thinking 610, The Dark Castle possibly, maybe, I don't know. I think that's possibly one of them, but I'm also thinking 618, which I know is called The Dirty Fires in English, and things do look kind of dirty. Kind of looks all dark and murky. However, the French title is Les Catastrophes, so like catastrophe. So maybe one of those? I'm not sure. So now let's move on to the final images, which I think are from another episode entirely. So in this one, as you can see, it's a bit like in Siren, where all of Paris has been flooded. The water level is very, very high. It's adjacent to this roof. And from out of this water rises this soldier, and the soldier seems to have, so he definitely has a shield, but then he also has like a trident. So not just a sword, a trident. There seems to be 3 of them, but there could be more. Then we get a good look at Vesperia, and she throws her spinning top at it. I don't believe she's using venom, I just think she's throwing the top, and it basically bursts the night like a bubble. How effective this is in the long term, if they can reform, not really sure. Does seem like a bit of a silly design if they can just be burst when you touch them, like how you're supposed to fight them, you know? So perhaps they can reform themselves. So since there's so much water in that episode, I do feel like, you know, the obvious conclusion to get to is Sleeping Siren, and as well in the French version of the episode it's called Princess Siren, she has knights because she's a princess to protect her. Honestly, I'm not sure what else it could be, but I would expect there to be more focus on, I'm assuming Siren is still online, so I don't know. And then we have one last image that I think is from this water-based episode, but I'm not entirely sure, and the only reason I think it's from that is because it's also got Zoe in, and it's basically a massive pounder of not quite everyone, but quite a lot of the Miraculous. So we have Ladybug, then Cat Noir, then we have my son Rooster Bold, Rena Rouge, then I think it's Purple Tigress, and then you can only see his arm, but I think that's Capri Kid. We then have Pigella, then Minotaurus right in the middle with the big palm, then it's Miss Hound, Polly Mouse, Ryuku, King Monkey, and then Vesperia. Honestly, if this really is from Sleeping Siren, I would hope it was actually more of like a Kim-focused episode since they're dating, but perhaps it's not. I really don't know. And also I'm wondering if it is Sleeping Siren, they're going to be fighting all these knights on the rooftop, and are Ladybug and Cat Noir going to be the only ones with the aqua power up to go into the water to actually defeat Siren herself? Maybe, I don't know. Or is it Sleeping Siren because it's very much like she's a princess, Sleeping Beauty, Kim has to kiss her or whatever to break her free from the Akuma? Then if so, is Kim gonna get the aqua power up as well to go underwater? However, we do also know that Ladybug and Cat Noir can breathe with their yo-yo and baton, as we've seen in other episodes. So can Kim breathe with his staff? Really don't know, but I also want to see him with an aqua power up because why not? But anyway, besties, there you go, that's everything. Of course, Mr. Agreste is still airing at the minute anyway on the 27th of September on Disney Channel USA, so it will be airing in English. Very excited for it, but of course, if TF1 come in, air it earlier, not sure if they will, but they definitely could. I, of course, will let you know, and also TF1, Tofu. Thank you so much for waiting till I got back from holiday for releasing this. Thank you. I was in Munich Monday to Friday. I had a great time. It was wonderful. Thank you very much for waiting till I got home. Anyway, besties, of course, I'd love to know what you think of all of this, and I will see you in the next one.